Just for this
They
meeting.
done told me they don't mind doing it again. And the last thing was, we gotta bury a house. Over here. How we gotta do this? Can you see it tonight? We can. That'll be something you was right.
There about what all this is.
They said they should have up right in there.
Welcome to the Prince Edward County Conference Line. Please stand by. You'll be joined in shortly.
Good evening, everyone. I'd like to welcome everybody to the March 17th meeting for the Planning Commission. To start out a little bit, calling the meeting to order, just want to make sure we have everybody here. I'll go around the table.
Here, with you.
Okay, Mr. Whitfield, Mr. Copeland?
Here.
Okay.
Here.
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 We do have enough for quorum.
And you have Mr. Weiss?
Yes, Mr. Weiss, who is on the line.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, great. At this time, just with all the, we'll call it all the activity currently overseas, I'd like everybody to keep everybody in armed force services as well as their families in your thoughts and prayers as we hope to get through this soon, get everybody back safe. With that, I'd like to ask everybody to stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. Pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Before going on, are there any conflict of interest disclosures for this meeting from the board? Okay, very good. Next on the agenda would be approval of minutes. Are there any changes? And Mr. Weiss, I did go through yours, Joyce, and I've already met with Karen to change 3, 11, and 12 that existed in the minutes on page 7. I think that's the only change I saw in the minutes. Is there any other changes from the board? With that, do I have a motion? I'm sorry?
This is only change.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. With that, we'll just go around the room.
Need a motion?
Oh, I need a motion to approve the minutes.
So move.
Second.
We'll just go around the table again. We'll start over there. Mr. Page?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Mr. Copeland?
Yes.
I will abstain since I wasn't here.
Very good. Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
And yes, the minutes have been approved. This evening, we do have one public hearing. And Mr. Love, if you could give us a brief overview?
Yes. Mr. Chairman, members of the commission, this is a tower is substantially different and is being reactivated by the applicant, Mr. Jonathan Yates from Milestone Tower Limited Partnership, doing business as Milestone Towers, for a special use permit to construct a 255-foot communications tower on land denoted as tax map number 046-A-50, located on the east side of Five Forks Road, about 1/10 of a mile from its intersection with Pin Oak Road. This parcel was zoned A1 agricultural conservation. Back in the fall of 2023, this was applied for and then put on indefinite hold by the applicant. At that time, that tower was 199 feet. You all had met and recommended approval of that site. However, before it ever got to the board, it was put on indefinite hold. And this is the first time it's come back to us. Now, coming back to us, it is a taller tower. It's 255 feet. Then it has a little lightning rod on top. And that's reflective in the conditions of the limit on height. Last month, the Board of Supervisors passed where, through the public hearing process, special use permit, a tower can be taller than 199 feet, but it's with special approval. So that's what this tower represents. That allowed this application to come back. The purpose of this is the county does intend to put P25 public safety radio equipment on the upper portion. So it'll be between 199 and 255. So that's why and this tower has been re-engineered fully for that new height.
Verizon has done that then?
Yes, Verizon has done that. That's why I brought it back to you all. Since this tower is taller, we brought it back to you all for a new recommendation, rather than just going straight back to the board. Thought that was more transparent, more accountable to the public, and it really accounts to what's going on. We do believe that FAA will more than likely require this tower to be lit, but it'll be their call. They do their review, and if their review says that, then they will light, it'll be lit accordingly. If not, then they won't have to. But most towers over 199 feet do have to be lit, as a rule. So this public hearing was properly advertised in the Farmville Herald on March 4th and March 11th. I did get a call from one of the neighbors, and I don't have any comments for the record. They are here tonight. I think they probably will speak. County staff is of the opinion that the use is generally compatible with the district and will have minimal impacts on surroundings, properties, as far as there'll be some noise and traffic when it's being built, but after that, it's a tower that kind of sits, it just sits there. The other thing about this site is the county did have a need to have the public radio system, the P25, in that region. Mr. Powell is here, and Mr. Gates will talk a little bit more about that, but it's a triangle system. We've got a tower going to be locating on the State Police Tower in Lee Mountain, and then on the Dominion Tower. So this is that third leg of that triangle to blanket the county. What this does, this tower previously would have only been a cellular communications tower. Now it's going to be a public safety tower and a telecommunications all in one unit, so it keeps another tower from being built in that general vicinity or in the Darlington Heights region. One tower can accommodate all uses. So that's why county staff, I think it's good, it minimizes the number of towers that have to be proliferated in an area. I'd be glad to answer any questions you might have of me.
As we spoke before from the board, we recognize the need for the communication within the county for safety reasons. So this is that third leg we were all looking for. The other part about it is it's certainly going to benefit consumers that are using Verizon too. But with that, do we have any questions for Mr. Love or comments?
I'm curious, if this was a standalone public safety tower, what's the height on that? Is there a minimum or a?
I'll let Mr. Powell answer that.
Mr. Powell, we'll treat you like anybody else, even though the public hearing isn't open. Just come to the podium, state your name.
Okay, Trey Powell, Emergency Manager, Prince Edward County. The reason for the height is because we ran coverage testing through our Motorola vendor and our consultants. And where the elevation is and prospect of that location, the 250 foot is what we needed to guarantee the coverage for that area. So if it was a standalone tower, we would still need that same height. So any other questions on the radio system?
And I assume communications at public safety tower is necessary for that area. Is that?
Yeah, we have vetted all towers in that location, and we were unsuccessful in finding something that was a fit for us. This tower was already on the book, so we went back to the vendor and entertained talking to them about options. And they came back with some suggestions that they could do. And we told them our needs, and they met our needs, and we've worked with them since about trying to make that happen.
Without the tower, what does it do? How does it affect you? How does it limit you? I mean, simply unable-
Basically, the radio system would be set dormant until we could find a location, and ultimately probably would be the county spending somewhere near $750,000 to build a tower site
So
somewhere.
you're basically unable to communicate in that area with each
Correct.
other?
Current radio system, there's one tower for fire rescue on Lee Mountain. The second one for the sheriff's office is on the water tower at Hampton City College. When you get much past about Prospect area, Dalton Heights, Pamplin, radio coverage is almost non-existent. So this is detrimental to the public safety of the county.
Gotcha.
Any other questions?
Thank you, sir.
The other thing I'll mention is I did send you out on Friday an addendum. This tower site has been slid over about 200 feet, kind of westerly. So I did send you those renderings, and that's what the applicant is asking for tonight. And I think you'll hear from him when you open the public hearing.
Before we open the public hearing, I do want to just go over the guidelines again. We want everybody to have a chance to speak. Those that signed up will be the first ones to speak. I would ask if you're going to come up and duplicate what another person has said, maybe just mention that as opposed to extending it here for everybody's sake. At the public hearing, everybody will come to the podium, state your name, where you live within the county, and we'd like to hear from you as far as whether you're for or against it, and we'd ask you, we're gonna hold everybody to 3 minutes because of the size of the group here. We just ask for your support there. With that, the first thing we do before we open it, we're gonna ask the requester to give us a brief overview.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Jonathan Yates, along with Matt Penning, Milestone Towers. First and foremost, I got to thank Robbie Love. This is not my first tower in the county, but you wouldn't believe it. This one's gone on a while. I asked Robbie a lot of somewhat stupid questions as I was flying, and he never laughed at me. Also, I want to thank Trey Pyle. Trey has been wonderful to work with. As you can tell, this facility has evolved over time. And I also have to thank one of the supervisors right here on the end of the row. We've all worked together through the process. This is, first and foremost, Milestone was developing this site at the request of Verizon Wireless. They found a really good location, thanks to Mr. Bob Gantz. This piece of property, to put it in perspective, we're right at Five Forks and Pin Oaks. Bob has about 56 acres there. He inherited this property from his uncle, James Alton Turns, in 2001. It's been in the Gantz family and Turns family for about 100 years. Property as it sits now, there are no structures. All the structures are gone. 56 acres total. Bob lets a friend of his plant hay on about 15 acres. The rest is a really good stand of hardwoods that haven't been timbered in a while. What happened, Matt Penning went to work for Verizon, and this is exactly where Verizon needed to be. If you've been out that way, I don't care if it's Verizon, AT&T, T-Mobile, whatever phone you have, it's basically a paperweight right now. Coverage is badly needed there. So this facility started life as a pure wireless facility, designed for Verizon, but in addition designed for any of the other broadband carriers. If they wanted to fix their deficit there, this would be the location. Moving forward, we got a call last spring to talk to Trey, talk to Mr. Gilliam about the county's need for the tower. So we started our collaboration late last spring, working through the summer. I interfaced not only with Trey, Mr. Gilliam, I also interfaced with John Harmon of Motorola Solutions, where we were working together to accommodate what the county needed, what Verizon needed, still providing capacity for any additional broadband carrier. And that's what we have before you today. It's a 255-foot facility. It's what we call a self-supporter lattice. It's a 3-sided steel. And one thing, we are located about 9.33 nautical from the Farmville Regional Airport. So the FAA will approve the height, but they will require the air nav illumination. Just want to clarify that. Matt, if we get to do this, Matt's going to take about 45, 60 days to get it up in the air. A lot of that's in getting the foundation to set. The tower itself's just stacked in a day. After that, I'll get Trey to answer, county visits, but on average, Verizon, these things are operated remotely through national operation centers. Verizon will maybe send someone out there 8 to 10 times a year. It would be a technician in a light truck or SUV just to tinker with equipment. So we're not creating any additional traffic, either on Five Forks or Pin Oak. What are we doing? And I'm not going to steal Trey's thunder. He's already told you what the county's doing. Why is this necessary? We have a facility. It doesn't create any noise, odor, dust, vibration, fumes or glare. It doesn't create traffic. But what it does is finally bring that area into the 21st century. People, How many people still use a landline phone if they can use wireless? It's sorely needed out there. This is the facility to solve that problem for the citizens. And we're very fortunate that hand in hand, not only can we solve the wireless problem, which is worth solving. You know, in talking to Supervisor Gilliam, we were talking with Bob Gantz earlier. He told a funny story about some college girls who knocked on his door early one Sunday morning and had a wreck. Well, they knocked on his door years ago because they didn't have a cell phone. I remember growing up, I had a blowout on a tire, and the scariest thing I did was walking up to that farmhouse door to see if they have a phone so I could call my folks. My son has a problem. He pulls this thing off his hip, he calls me, and I get him help. This is essential. Particularly in the year 2026, you should not have a part of the county where you don't have access to good wireless. So what we're hoping you'll look on this favorably. I'm here for any questions. Mr. Pending's here for any questions. I think I covered all the property, but the owner's here if you have any particular questions about the property. But we are pleased at Milestone to be working with Prince Edward County, and we look for a win-win for the citizens of Prince Edward County. Thank y'all.
Thank you. Are there any questions from the board for the applicant?
Yes, sir. What's the footprint size of the parcel, and is it a long-term lease agreement or is it a purchase agreement?
The parcel itself, we had to expand. Originally, we were going to have, we have a 100 by 100 lease area. And when we were just doing the cell tower, we were going to enclose about 50 feet by 50 feet of that. We'll still go with the 100 by 100 lease area, but we're going to enclose about 75 by 75 to also incorporate the county equipment. And we have a lease with Mr. Gantz.
So it's a long-term lease rather than purchase?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir. And one thing to point out, working a little bit last week, I didn't meet them in person until tonight, but talking to some folks across the street, the McDermotts. Sorry about that. I'm tongue-tied, Kevin and Marty. Nice folks. We ended up from our original location, and you should have in your packet, we're going to move the tower 190 feet closer to Pin Oak to get it a little bit out of their view shed. Sure. And they have been wonderful to talk to before tonight and work with us. Thank you. I'm here. Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Is there any security or ground lighting?
No, I can't speak for the county. I can't speak for the county. What we do, we will enclose it. We'll have a 7-foot fence that's topped with 3 strands of barbed wire as an anti-climbing device. And obviously, we have internal security with being monitored.
There's not going to be floodlights or anything that anybody might be concerned about, neighbors might be.
No. But obviously, it will be monitored. There's going to be some very, very expensive equipment inside of there, but we put it there. And also with this positioning on the road, now we are coming in. We're going to hide it a little bit because we're going to put in a pretty nice landscaping package. It's a mix of 16 LAR Stevens hollies and 47 wax myrtles. So we're going to landscape outside the fence. But yeah, we feel it's going to be a good, secure position.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
Whoops.
Yes, sir.
Power will be buried underground.
Yes, I discussed that yesterday with Mr. Penning, and obviously the final say is south side, but he feels that that can be achieved with south side on an underground bury. Yes, sir.
That's great. Again, as we all know, it's actually 2 great reasons here for the county and the community is the communication for this thing here with Verizon and service out there, and also safety for the entire county. With that, I'm going to go ahead and open the public hearing. I'll start with the list of names here. Again, anybody that wants to speak, please come up to the podium, state your name, where you're from, and we're going to try to limit to 3 minutes. First on the list is Kevin McDermott.
My name's Kevin McDermott from District 5, right across from the tower location. There was a lot of misunderstanding on my part about processes, things of that nature. I want to thank Mr. Love and Mr. Gillum. They worked closely with me. And then the tower company, Mr. Yates, to try and satisfy some of our concerns. We will be located 387 feet from the tower. We're very concerned about lighting flashing into our house at night. I've been satisfied with the conversation today about the lighting around the facility won't be glaring into our homes. It's a big blow. If there was any opportunity, I purchased the home in August 29th of '24. I did my due diligence. I know of GIS systems. I saw it listed A1. The last conversation I had with my realtor was looking out at your beautiful property and saying, is there any kind of industrial revolution going to come in here and take over this property, what kind of industry it might be. And at the time, he assured me and that it was zoned A1 and there was nothing planned for the site except haying. Of course, that's comforting as a prospective buyer. But I will be, and my wife, we will be, and our children will be impacted by the proximity to our home. It's devastating financially if I were to sell the home for any reason. My children bought 5 acres at the end of Five Forks near 460 to come move here, build a home, and take care of us in our old age. And I was in a meeting. I'm a proud member of Company 6, volunteer firefighter. I'm proud of that. I'm proud of all the members of that unit. But yeah, they bought property to come to our beautiful area and take care of us. And it just, the opportunity, I'll just skip all the emotional stuff. The opportunity I see here is finding a way for prospective buyers in this beautiful county to be made aware of any projects, whether on hold, whether dead, whatever they are. Our realtor did not have access to let us know, well, there's a project on hold and it's going to be a tower that is going to loom over your property for the rest of your days. There's got to be something maybe you all could come up with, maybe realtors could come up with, that would allow a prospective buyer like me to understand what's planned for the area outside of the general resources we have to do our due diligence.
Well, thank you for your comments, sir. Thank you very
Thank you.
much.
I fully support the tower and the communications. As a volunteer firefighter, I have gone to the wrong address many times.
There you go. Thank you again.
Thank you.
Daniel Clark?
Good evening. My name is Daniel Clark, resident off of Lee Mountain, also the fire chief of Farmville Fire Department. Just want to speak in favor of the tower site and its importance to our upcoming radio system. Reliable communication is paramount to all of public safety, fire, EMS, and law enforcement. Every one of us depends on reliable communication, and uninterrupted communication is paramount for all first responders responding to incidents. Not having that good, clear communication and reliable communication puts the responders at risk and also puts the residents at risk. Our current radio infrastructure has been great and has been in place for a long time. But if times have changed, emergencies have changed, technology has changed, our radio system currently is outdated and is definitely in need for upgrade. And the county has been working progressively to make that happen. Here in Farmville, we have communication issues. County departments have communication issues. And as you mentioned before, this 3-leg tower site for the other locations will incorporate all the county communications for us to be able to talk amongst each other as well as on scene to ensure everybody's safety. Just want to thank you for your time again, and thank you for your support in moving forward with this tower site that will support the fire departments.
Thank you very much for your kind words. I have Scott Davis.
Good evening, members of the Planning Commission, Prince Edward County. I'm Scott Davis. I serve as the town manager for the town of Farmville. I come on behalf of all of our public safety agencies in the town to share that the town and the county have been working on this for several years in conjunction with not only the town and county, but also Hampton Sydney College and Longwood University to have a radio system that allows all of us to have better coverage, but also to have communication directly with one another on the same radio system. I would say that any delay in this project, knowing the ins and outs of it, we're due for testing in before the fall, before the foliage, and this is the third leg, as Trey has said, for this, for us to be able to move forward and have this system up and ready. Any delay would put us back almost 12 months. And that's a considerable amount of time for what we already have invested in the project and what the cost could be beyond that. So I do hope that the Planning Commission will move this forward to the Board of Supervisors for their approval. Thank you this evening.
Thank you, sir. Bob and Kim Gons? You're okay?
Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much. Okay. Mr. Sean Dollar?
Good evening, Sean Dowler, Maharan, Assistant Chief from Maharan Fire Department. Thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you for listening to our concerns. And I'm here to support this tower site and support this radio system. It's unfortunate that our neighbors across the street are going through and enduring the pains that they are feeling. But I'm going to ask a question. I know Mr. Gillum has listened to this, and if anybody listened to this last night during these storms, it'll tell you how detrimental and how imperative it is for us to get this radio system up and operational. Our county is growing. Our storms are, as some would say, getting more severe. The call volume's going more, higher and higher. Our neighbors out Prospect, Darling Heights, Pamplin, they can't communicate. There are certain areas that Maharan can't communicate. So I respectfully ask and beg you to approve this site so we can move forward with this new opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Mr. Ellington?
Good evening, everyone. Andy Ellington, Lockett District. I'm here to represent the Rice Volunteer Fire Department, as well as the Farmville Police Department. Been in this county working on public safety for 39 years now. And I can't tell you how excited that I've been to know that this radio system was on the horizon and coming to us, because I have experienced it firsthand back in the days of working narcotics when we had a situation and I could not get a hold of dispatch or any of my fellow officers. This has been a concern for years and years. And now that we've gotten to this point, I just hope that you all will realize how imperative it is that we move forward with this project. I want to thank Trey for his hard work and dedication. I know he has worked and lost hours of sleep in this project. But I just want to stress how important this project is to public safety and the citizens of this county. I pray that you will move swiftly and quickly and put this through tonight so that we can continue to protect our law enforcement, our firefighters, our rescue squad, public safety as a whole in this county. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I have Chris Call.
Good evening, Mr. Chairman, and members of the commission. My name is Chris Call. I live off of Five Forks Road on Stockton Road in the Buffalo District. I'm about a mile from this site, but I come to you tonight not only representing myself, but also as the president and assistant chief of Hampton Sydney Fire Department. Hampton Sydney Fire Department fully supports this initiative to build this tower. We fully support it at this location. Like I said, I live about a mile away, and I can attest to the lack of communications in this area. Whether it's on my Verizon cell phone or my emergency communications radio, I have no service in this area. Many times at night, I will get a call for service in the Hampton Sydney area, and I can't even tell what the call for service is until I get much closer to the college before I even know. So this system will allow me to be able to communicate. As I believe you said earlier, sir, many residents in that area, we don't have cell phones or we don't have landlines. Myself, I'm one of those. I can try to call my kids when they're at home on Stockton Road, and I can't get through to them due to the service there. So I fully support it both for the emergency communication side as well as for the cell phone side. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Mr. James Redford.
Good evening, Commissioner. My name is James Redford, and I don't live in the county, but I've been fighting fire in the county for the last 18 years. I live right across the river in Buckingham. So I'm here as a representative of Prospect Volunteer Fire Department, and we too reiterate most of what all the fire chiefs have said to move forward. Please move forward with this project, approve it without delay. You've heard about the radio issues and things of that nature. It's nothing worse than an incident commander needing help for his men or another citizen and keying that radio, and the dispatcher come back and say, "You're all static. Could you please repeat?" And you key it again, knowing that you're needing help. You got men in trouble, you got a citizen in trouble. Key in their radio, and it's all static. All static, can you please repeat? We got to have this tower so we don't further hinder our responders nor give disservice to our citizens. We appreciate your time, appreciate everybody's hard work into this, and that's all I got to say.
Thank you very much. Brian?
Good evening, Brian Bauer, Darlington Heights Fire Chief, also the pastor at Beth Pier Church, and I live on Darlington Heights Road. I want to echo what the other fire personnel have talked about tonight. I'll tell two quick stories. I'm a preacher, so I won't talk too long, but that wasn't funny. Two fires that we've had, one in Prospect that I actually was command on, and another one was just yesterday, 2 calls. Many times we will call and county can't hear us, or many times we won't even get out. Even going to the mobile station in the apparatus, sometimes we can't get out. Prospect Fire in particular, we were calling for resources and I couldn't hear what they were sending. They actually told me to make a landline call. Well, you don't get very good signal to make a cell phone call. So while I know it's difficult for the McDermotts, this is detrimental to the county. It's a life safety issue. I think you all know that. Everybody said that. But I know when we've tried to talk to the sheriff's department or just other departments, EMS coming in to give updates on patients, and we can't get out, that's a life safety issue. So I just humbly asked if everybody could agree to get this to move forward quickly. Thank you, Trey Pyle. He's bent over backwards to help educate us and just make sure that we can get this going. So thank you for your time, and we appreciate all you're doing.
Thank you very much. Kevin Jennings?
Good evening. My name is Kevin Jennings, Assistant Chief, Baton Volunteer Fire Department, and I just want to reiterate the fact that we need this system. We're about as far west in the county as you can go. And it's a everyday struggle with communication, you know. As a line officer, you know, you need resources, additional resources, and as Mr. Redford said, you know, they can't hear you, they can't understand what you're saying. And it's a struggle. And so with that, like I said, most everybody covered it pretty well, but thank you, and hope you push this on through.
Thank you very much. Sheriff Epps? I was going to say Tony, but I want to make sure I was professional.
You're fine, sir. Thank you all for being here tonight and letting all of us speak. I echo what pretty much everyone else here has said. Ask you to please support the project. Want to thank Trey Powell and my major, David Wilmot, couldn't be here tonight, but they have both worked really hard on this project. Now I'm just going to give you one little example, and I'm going to get out of here. I had a deputy, big deputy, can handle anything that comes up. And he was on a call out in that area. He had no idea that he was going to get in a tussle, but he did, and he found his match. And they're out there rolling around on the ground, and he's got his handheld, his mic, calling for backup. Dispatch couldn't hear him. All they could hear was static, and they kept saying, can you give us a 21? He's fighting this guy on the ground, trying to keep him from getting his gun. And dispatchers asked him to give him a 21, which he cannot do. He had two choices. Either he was going to get the cuffs on him, or he was going to have to shoot the man. And that's just one example. And every night, I listen to my radio every night until I go to bed. And sometimes I forget to cut it off, and it wakes me up at 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. But I can hear about every call that's going on in the county, but when you get to the southwest, I can't hear it. And it bothers me. And, you know, rescue squad, they go on calls out there, and you know, dispatch wants to know a status check. Is everything okay? They can't get them. So we're constantly sending officers going that way, and 9 times out of 10, they're going to be okay, but you don't know that. That one time, you know, may not be okay. So again, I certainly respect the McDermotts, and I hope somehow that this project can benefit you in some way. But again, I ask you to support the project. Thank you.
Thank you. That takes care of everybody that signed up to speak. Does anybody else here or on the call wish to speak for or against? Yes, sir. You know, since you didn't sign up, you only get 2 minutes, but that's okay. I'm just teasing you. Go ahead.
That's fine. My name is Randall Miller, and I kind of echo what the McDermott said. I just feel like, well, I guess I should backtrack. In June, me and my wife bought the 40 acres right beside where the tower is going to be, and our realtor also didn't have any idea that this was going to go on, or we never got notified. So I think just something needs to be implemented where if you're buying a piece of property, because it does affect property value, and it you know, affects our future, what we're going to see, because it's right out to our west where the sun sets. So I just think, you know, for future big projects, that something should be implemented to let property buyers know what's going on in the area, so we can, you know, maybe adjust offers and stuff like that. But yeah, I can't come against what it is. I grew up within 3 miles of that property, and I know the service is awful. It's always been that way. So that's my concern.
Well, thank you very much. Is there anybody else like to speak for or against? Okay. With that, I will close the public hearing and discuss amongst the board here. I guess really 2 things. One, discussing whether or not we have a motion to move it forward. Also, I think a couple of things in mind. One would be an assurance, or at least a commitment that should we move forward, that we're very cognizant of a 12-month delay or anything like that if it doesn't get moved forward, both from Planning Commission here and up to the Board of Supervisors. Not just from a cost standpoint, but more importantly, I don't think anybody here wants to find that somebody in public safety has either been injured, harmed, or whatever, or worse, a family member, a friend, or an individual that you just know could not be taken care of because of lack of communication there. That's my comments here, but I'm open for the board just for any discussions.
I just have a question.
Yes.
Maybe Mr. Love can answer, but if the site is getting moved, are they gonna have to go through the soil analysis and re-engineer it, that kind of thing, or is it basically the same soil?
They'll have to have geotech go back out there.
Okay. Do we need to go through this process again?
No.
No,
So,
we're
I mean-
approving the tower. That's
Okay.
what we're approving, the
Right.
tower.
I guess my question would extend that to the tower builder. In making this change, is that going to delay this tower being built? I'm seeing, what'd you say, 45 to 60 days to get the base put in, the concrete to set up.
You're talking about the 190 feet that is being
Yeah,
moved, yes.
the proposed site
Yeah.
move. Is that going to delay the project, Kenny, is what I'm boiling down and asking?
We're gonna have to do a lot of work, but we're gonna keep it moving. We're
Keep it
gonna,
on track.
we're gonna keep it on, it's gonna be a lot of work, but we're gonna do it.
Okay, 'cause what I'm hearing from our departments is they're concerned with not making the deadline to test this thing in fall, so that's,
We're gonna do everything we can.
okay.
What do you have to do to make this change?
We did the preliminary drawing, we will do the geotech, and then we'll have to do a little bit of regulatory work. We'll change our location with the FAA and with Virginia SHPO and the NEPA. We'll be outside the tolerances, but we will get all that going.
Okay, okay.
And again, the geotech was done, I think, 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
So obviously, they're gonna have to move over with the rig and test the soils.
Okay.
Weren't planning on it, but we're gonna make it work.
Terrific. Thank you very much. Yes?
Following up on David's question from a moment ago, if indeed, worst-case scenario, the geotech people come and look at this site that's 190 feet away, and it doesn't pass muster, then what do we do? If the geotech comes back and it's not suitable to actually support the concrete footings that you've got to put in the ground to make this thing, and I'm not trying to be a naysayer, I just want to know what the contingency is in the event that the geotech doesn't come back the way we need for it to come back.
We would then have to come back. We hope, because it's just a 190-foot move, that the soils will be similar,
Right.
but yeah.
You would assume that they're similar. I'm not trying to
But
be
we
argumentative.
don't know for sure.
Okay.
You're exactly right, but we're hoping.
Okay.
We're hoping.
Don't sit down. I mean, seems to be our concern, is this timeline all the way around.
Right.
And I have experience with building things and engineering. So the only thing I can see, the engineering, the drilling, if soil comes up, do you have your own engineering department that say, if the soil's softer, they're gonna tell you to build more foundation? Does that mean you gotta completely redraw your plans or just amend?
It can affect the foundation.
Right,
design.
foundation of it,
Yeah,
right.
but it'd be
Make
the
a change
foundation
there.
design, yeah.
I'm like him, just looking at all the what-ifs, coulds to make this deadline.
The pad could change size-wise and depth-wise.
Right.
Is
But
hopefully,
that would-
that'd be the only thing.
Yeah, that would be more concrete
Right.
dumping in the ground to hold that 255-foot tower up.
But that doesn't impact this procedure?
No.
Because they don't need to come
No,
back to
no,
us?
no.
Right, it'd still be on the
No,
same
We're approving the tower, basically on the site here. Okay. Any other questions? Okay. With that, do we have a motion?
I would like to make a comment.
Oh, yes, sir.
Please. I have spent quite a bit of time being with my friends and my neighbors, and I want to personally thank you guys
Yeah.
for spending the time with me and trying to get things all ironed out. And I'm going to pat you on the back. I know it was hard for you because I realized where you came from and what you planned on doing, and it kind of got muffled, you might say, using kind words, but I want to thank you personally. Thank you.
On behalf of the board, we appreciate what you're doing.
Yes.
We appreciate that for both parties here. They brought it up. Okay. Okay. So in front of us, we just have the request here, and we'll be looking for a motion for or against. With conditions already stated in here.
I'd like to make a motion. I'd move that the planning commission recommend approval of special use permit requested by Milestone Tower Limited Partnership doing business in Milestone Towers to construct a 255-foot communication tower with the following conditions as stated.
Which, the amended conditions I mailed you on the 7th.
Yes.
It's,
That's
which
what
the
I don't
applicant,
have.
applicant does have a copy of those and has read those. It's 11 conditions.
Second. Okay, let's go around the room here. Mr. Copeland,
Yes.
Mr. Fuller,
Yes.
Mr. Gilliam,
Yes.
Mr. Hart,
Yes.
Mr. Hogan,
Yes.
Mr. Page,
Yes.
Mr. Weiss. You still on the call? Okay. Yeah. Okay, great. And Mr. Perry?
Yes.
Mr. Pringerman, yes. It is passed. We'll move it up to the County Board of Supervisors. And again, thank you to everybody.
Thank you all very much.
Okay, thank you. Appreciate everybody's time. You're more than welcome to stay for the boring part of the meeting, but you're also welcome to go. Sean?
Glad to see you.
Thank you, sir. Good to see you.
No, I got two things.
Glad to come in and visit.
It's great to see you, sir. Good, sir. Good to see you.
Somebody got to keep it straight. I worry about the boy, PC.
It's like down in your day.
Eyesight's really bad.
I worked with him in Crupton years ago. Years ago.
Yes, he is. He was a little runt, but I remember.
Nice to see you.
See, Sean.
Thank you so much.
Hey, have a good evening. Take care. Yeah, please, please. Where is he? What's he doing? Is he retired? Oh, the hair, right, okay. Not where his parents were, the great. He's good. Okay. Nice to meet you. Thank you.
Good to see you, Sean. Take care. You worked for me years ago.
Oh, really? Which way did you come down? Oh, yeah. Which way did you come down? We never really talked about this. We talked about solar.
Mr. Stanley.
Solar stuff.
I see you for 1 second after the meeting. No, right after the meeting.
I wouldn't care.
Thank you.
I understand. How do you feel that? It maybe does affect it some.
I apologize. Could I ask everybody to take your discussions outside, just so we can complete the meeting? Gentlemen,
But you can't stay here.
I want to thank everybody for coming. If you could please step outside.
How do you say, yo?
That's okay. I can finish up what I gotta do. So,
Okay.
hello?
Excuse me. Can I ask a favor? Happy to have you speak. Could you please speak outside? Thank you so much.
Where are we at here? 7.
Yeah, I don't.
Thank you again.
All right.
Thanks, gentlemen.
All right, so, review of supervisor actions, they did, obviously, they passed the ordinance amendment, or we wouldn't be here tonight, so there wasn't a whole lot under old business, I don't have anything. Under new business, one thing, the county was chosen, to present at the Virginia Association of Planning, July, for a comprehensive plan, so Mr. Stanley and myself will be going there to present. That was on the, collaboration with the Longwood students and symposium and getting the Longwood students plugged into our comprehensive plan. So we're getting a lot of looks into that. I think did we get nominated also for something?
Nominated for an award as well.
So we're nominated, that hasn't come through yet, but we may get an award there, who knows?
Congratulations.
But that's reflective of y'all's work as well. We're real proud of that document. I share it with any consultant, anybody looking to do something with the county.
Would you like any hecklers at that meeting? If you give
What?
us a day and time?
Notice he didn't tell us where it was.
I know, you noticed, no days.
It is at Caesar's Casino Danville, so.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
Oh, yeah, we're not invited then, huh?
If you want to chip in on the penny slots, we have it after the meeting. But no, we're real proud of that, and it's pretty neat that venue is holding the Virginia Planning Conference, so that's an interesting thing. Well, I'm gonna just handle item number 9 and 10. New business, we do have an application that is live, and it will be at your April 21st meeting, so we will meet, and that is a small 30-acre solar site. It is off of Lima Road. If you remember, previously approved, you've got Francis Reeve in the woods off of Lima Road. You've got the McClenny is north of that. This is the Elder property where everybody drives through, the easement to get to those two sites. So Mr. Elder has signed.
Where's it?
Lima Road.
Where's that?
It's right off of Thomas Jefferson Highway.
All 47.
Yeah.
47.
As soon as you go across the railroad track, you turn into the driveway. So I do know that there's going to be some opposition. So I think we'll have a room of a few folks. Some of the folks on the south side of Lima Road, that's a pasture where that is.
The other
So
ones are wooded.
the others have been wood, so it's a little different. But Mr. Elder has signed, he was here and spoke for those two sites. So we'll have that. We may have another application. I don't have anybody that's got one ready. I have talked to a couple folks, but I don't think, so that'll probably be our main item of business that night, but we will meet on April 21st for that site. And I'll be sending y'all's packet out with that, but if you look at, it's the field that's wrapped around trees right now. With the trees on the aerial photos that we've got, that they've been timbered, and that's where, but those are, and that's a company that's not at either
It's not
site.
affiliated with-
No, the irony is the transmission line runs straight through all that, but we've got 3 sites that tie into distribution. This is, the company that's brought this to us is New Energy Equity. They're the same folks that had the application that got pulled on Old Ridge. So that's this company. And that's pretty much all I've got tonight.
Does anybody else have anything from the board?
A question for Robbie, the one at Yakatech, what's the next step on that, the tower? Are they,
That tower should be operational soon.
is it?
It's, yeah. That's this, Mr. Yates, that should be operational. It's erected. So I don't know the status of who's co-located.
Whether they had finished it or not. so
They finished the tower. We issued a permit for Verizon to go on it. It's a different vendor installing the equipment. I don't know whether that's been final inspected, but they pulled the permit on that to actually put the equipment on the finished tower. So that should be operational real soon.
That'd be good.
Meeting adjourned. Thank you.
It's a good thing.